Cam, what's the challenge in playing against Syracuse's zone, with your experience?
It's their zone. You know, Coach Boeheim has really put in a lot of time into making it the way he wants, and that's pretty much probably all they practice defensively. So they do what they do, and they do it well. You know, usually you play a team that plays zone, they don't only play zone. And Syracuse does, so they play it a little bit differently than your average 2-3 zone, and there's some different gaps in there that you can find, and there's some other things that they do a good job of taking away.
Because they extend their zone a lot, they do have a lot of length on the perimeter a lot of times with their zone. How much does it help that a guy like you at 6'8" can shoot from the perimeter, that you have length on the perimeter that can shoot you and Luke, for example?
I think it's always big when you play Syracuse to have guys that can shoot the ball, guys that can make shots. There'll be times where you can find open shots, but it's not always just about shooting. They probably want you to just sit around the outside and chuck up threes, but there's opportunities to attack them, and I think being able to shoot will help us attack them down low and find some holes and try to get behind the defense a little bit.
I haven't looked it up, but how have you personally played against Syracuse the last couple of years?
I've done okay. I've had some games where I hit some shots, had some games where I missed some shots, so I've probably played them now 5 times in the last 2 years, so I've had some experience against them.
Can it be frustrating, or maybe more so than anybody else, or it's just different?
Just different. I wouldn't say it's especially frustrating. It's always good when you get a rhythm going, and when you find opportunities in the zone, and you find where shots can come from, and then you kind of watch them react and try to figure it out, and then counter their counters with something else. So it's not overly frustrating.
This group that you guys are in right now, did you expect it to come at this time of the season, being less than 2 weeks away from March and heading into that part of the year? Did you expect to get where you are compared to where you guys were at when you were dealing with the 3-game losing streak?
Yeah, there's just some things we needed to improve on as a group. Just some shot. We encountered some teams who made a lot of shots against us, so we had to get back to the drawing board and kind of figure out ways to limit that, and pick up our sense of urgency. And I think we're also clicking a little bit more on the offensive end too. So just a couple things falling in line, like you said. As for expectations, we expect to play to our full potential every night. So, to go out and win a couple in a row feels good, but it doesn't satisfy us by any means. We don't go into this game thinking any differently than we walk into the Pitt game. We go into this one, we want to win just as bad as we won all along, and want to keep this thing going.
Cam, your transfer offers a kind of a unique perspective on how this team is constructed and is run. I'm curious, with Joel and Theo kind of being the senior leaders, how do they play off of one another, and how does that dynamic kind of work?
Something that I've really noticed is that they make timely plays. Every time we've been in a close game, every time we needed big buckets, somebody's always stepping up, making a play offensively and defensively, and even on the boards. You saw, in the Duke game, the Notre Dame game. Even in the Louisville game, they were close at times. In the NC State game, the game was close at times, and we just kept making plays. And I think that's a big thing with this team, is that we have guys that are capable of making plays and stepping up to the moment.
What about off the court, kind of in the locker room with Joel and Theo?
They're good locker room guys. They're good leaders. They're good seniors. Everybody tries to keep everybody on the same page. You don't really have stray ends that cause problems in the locker room. And then we got some guys that have won some games, so they know how to win, and they take the game very seriously. They work very hard to keep their bodies feeling well and keep their skills feeling well, and we go from there.
How would you say Theo's leadership is unique? He's a very unique personality. What has your experience with that?
Yeah, he's definitely a unique guy. That's the best way to put it. He brings energy, a different kind of energy, and it kind of just fits the type of player he is. He's a versatile player, and he can do a lot of things, and he can do surprise you with some things, make some really good looking plays, and that's just kind of the person he is. he's energetic, he has fun when he's playing, he brings, you know, a real positive vibe to the team.
There wasn't a moment, like, the guys who have been around this program are used to sort of Theo being Theo. Was there a moment when you got here where you were like, man, this guy's something else?
I think, yeah, as soon as I came on my visit and as soon as I got here, I knew he was a character. He's definitely a character.
You kind of have a unique perspective of playing against him and with him. So how do opposing teams kind of game plan for Theo? What do they think of him?
You want the honest truth?
Yeah.
Alright, so I remember in our scouting report last year, because I think I was originally guarding him last year. We only played against him one time because he was hurt the first time we played him, but he was a guy that, he's like, you know, glue guy was what we called him. He could pass, make plays, good defender, but we wanted to challenge him to shoot. So I remember probably the first possession I was guarding him, he got the ball and I just went right back and let him shoot a jump shot. I think he missed, but he also hit a 3 early in that game too, if I remember correctly. So that was basically the scouting report on Theo, but he's a game changer. Is what we noticed. Like, you put him in the game, he's going to make plays. He's going to get rebounds. He's going to, you know, find people in open spots. He's going to make good defensive plays. So, you know, that's the scouting report on Theo.
Has he forgiven you for that level of disrespect yet, or what?
I mean, I don't think it's disrespect.
I mean,
honestly.
you backed up and let him shoot, so.
I'm just guarding him the way I was told to guard him. I had no disrespect towards him. I didn't, you know, just, hey, I'm trying to stop you just as much as you're trying to stop me. So.
Because of having a scouting report against these guys a couple times last year and playing them a couple times, did you have preconceived notions coming in here about some of them, and they haven't lived up to it? They've been very different than what you thought?
You're talking about Carolina last year,
yeah.
right?
Well, Carolina, the guys that are here now that were here a year ago.
So the guys that we would have scouted have been Luke, Joel, Kenny, Theo, basically, and B-Rob, and Sev. And it's pretty consistent. You know, what I knew about them from the scouting report, what I knew about them from playing against, you know, it's just, they mean more to me now. You know, there's more to them now, but the base is pretty much there. I mean, Kenny, we knew Kenny was a guy that really energetic, plays a lot of defense, can make threes. Luke, we knew he could just make shots. You know, he just put the ball up and it goes in the basket. Joel, he's a great point guard, great leader. And you know, everything that I've learned from these guys playing against them, it's pretty consistent with how they are.
Is Joel one of those guys that when he's not on your team, you don't really like him too much because the way he plays and how tough-minded and physical he can be, but then when he's on your team, he's like the greatest teammate you could possibly have?
I think all these guys are. I think Luke was, I thought Luke was annoying to play against. Joel, Kenny, Theo, B-Rod, Sev, I think they're all annoying to play against in their own right. I mean, Kenny, we played them here last year, he just kept stepping in front of everybody and taking the charge. And I'm like, dude, stop. Like, it's annoying. And, you know, now that he's on my team and he steps in front of somebody and picks up the charge real quick, it's like, you know, it's really exciting. So it's awesome to be, you know, on a team with these guys. Joel's definitely, when we played them last year, we didn't want him to get going from 3. Our scouting report was, you know, the games Carolina has won, Joe Barry has shot well, played well. The games Carolina has lost, Joe Barry has not played well. So we wanted to limit him. First possession, he comes out and makes a 3. So, yeah, definitely some annoying things.
The 5 starters you included obviously have all are averaging over 9 points a game. What are the challenges when your bench, you know, the next closest guy is 5.7? What are the challenges knowing that starters, you 5 starters, have to kind of produce in order to get wins?
Well, I think it makes sense. I think we have guys that are capable off the bench. You know, I wouldn't discount a lot of our guys from scoring more than 5.7 points as a maximum. So we have guys that we definitely can put in that can make plays. And I mean, we have 5 guys, like you said, that score over 9 points a game, so it's not like we have, you know, we really heavily rely on 1 or 2 guys to score every point, and if one of those 2 aren't clicking, you know, we're in trouble. I think, you know, if, you know, there's 5 guys that we have that are capable of scoring and are capable of scoring, you know, insignificant amounts. So with that, along with guys that we trust coming off the bench, I think we'll be okay.
Appreciate it.
Thanks,
Thanks, Cam.
Yeah.